The government is turning this country into a killing field of innocents. Kenya's opposition leader Raila Odinga claimed today, as his supporters accused riot police of shooting at least 7 people dead. Clashes between police and protesters raged for a second day running as crowds continued to defy a ban on rallies. Security forces fired tear gas and bullets at demonstrators in the capital, Nairobi, and the western towns of Eldoret and Kisumu, where another 3 people were reported killed. This report from our Foreign Affairs correspondent Jonathan Miller does contain disturbing images from the start.
They'd said they were ready to die, and in the slums of Nairobi and the opposition strongholds out west, they are dying. No let-up in the protests as supporters of Raila Odinga sought to overturn what they call a civilian coup by his rival, Mwai Kibaki. Last month's disputed election still unleashing fury on the streets of Mathare, a violent shanty town just a couple of miles from central Nairobi. Much has been made of the tribal nature of this civil conflict, but the 2 tribes who've gone to war here are the haves and the have-nots. It's the poor who are dying.
The number of people who are dead so far, in our view, is more than 1,000. And majority of those are bullet wounds.
Yesterday, Channel 4 News aired pictures of paramilitary police firing live rounds at protesters in Kisumu, Odinga's hometown in western Kenya. 4 people were shot dead here. Today, the opposition leader showed journalists footage of the same incident. He accused police of shooting dead 7 more people today, 3 in Kisumu. They're turning Kenya, he said, into the killing fields of the innocent.
Under the orders of the government, the police are executing innocent citizens at will, while the world watches and talks about dialogue. How do you dialogue with the killers and thieves?
If Odinga sounds measured, the same can't be said across Kenya, where anger over what more than half the country thinks was a stolen election has been matched by outrage over the actions of Kenya's security forces, under orders to prevent all protests.
We cannot afford to be molested with the guns which we bought with our taxes. And we are peaceful. Tell America we want guns.
American grain, the target today in Kibera, Africa's biggest slum, in which part of Odinga's constituency lies, and where hungry residents hijacked and looted a train. A US State Department spokesman today calling the fresh clashes terrible and pressing both sides to end the political deadlock for the sake of the people of Kenya. The European Parliament recommending today that aid to Kenya be frozen until the crisis is solved.
As partners, you assist in development. You're not here to give us a lifeline, and you're not here to threaten us. You're here as a development partner, and we have said we'll not allow ourselves to be blackmailed.
And so, with positions becoming ever deeper entrenched, few grounds for hope of an end to all this. In the western cities of Kisumu and Eldoret today, police paramilitaries fought day-long pitched battles with opposition protesters. In Eldoret, even the hospital was stormed.
This is a live bullet, and have you been using?
Hey, madam, you just come and carry this thing.
Within the hospital.
While the government now stands accused of operating a deliberate shoot-to-kill policy, the politicians in Nairobi continue to slug it out, accusing each other of pre-planning this mayhem as they condemn their nation to more violence, misery and displacement. The outside world looks on, having thus far proved hopelessly unable to mediate.
Jonathan Miller reporting.